Hi guys, Ryan here and welcome to today's video after a short break. Today I'm going to show you something really extraordinary that you don't see all that often. And as one of the first on my channel, it's a product from Mavic, as you can see here. And it's a pair of their Comete Ultimate Full Carbon race shoes. These have been launched around 2 years ago, if I recall correctly. But despite the extraordinary price and features, there really hasn't been all that much hype and information released on these shoes. So yeah, I didn't really know about them too much until I got the opportunity to test them. I've been riding them for the last 2 weeks and I'm ready to share my first impressions of these shoes in a short review in today's video. But first let's check out what these beauties actually are and what are the main benefits, features, etc. So without any further ado, let's have a look at, or let's address the elephant in the room, and that's the construction of the shoe. Now, most modern carbon race shoes use a carbon fiber sole. Some of them, like Bond for example, use a butt-up style design that comes up a bit more to the sides to give more support to your foot. But this Mavic shoe elevates that to a completely different level. As you can see here, it's a full carbon fiber outer shell, complete exoskeleton, very thin as you can see, very light, extraordinary light I would say, with a super low stack. As you can see, the cleat mounting hardware is located here, and the only non-carbon fiber material on the upper is this non-stretch piece of fabric that's bonded very strongly to the carbon fiber itself, and this is what actually acts as a loop against which you tighten the ratcheting dials. Mentioning the ratcheting dials, the closure system is very similar to other high-end shoes on the market. 2 ratchets, nothing extraordinary here, although they're Mavic's own design and not BOA's, so they feel and look a bit different. But they have a very positive feedback and engagement. They're nice and large, have plus or minus incremental adjustments, not just a full release, so you can adjust them nicely on the fly. It's still a same wire string as in the BOA's, and these little tabs hook into here and tighten your shoe. So that's closure covered. As you can see, the finish is beautiful raw carbon fiber with these Mavic details on there. And what's particularly stunning is this pearly gloss Mavic logo painted on there, no sticker, full on paint under the clear coat. The heel bumper is replaceable. There are more bumpers on the front which are not, unfortunately, but still, despite using these shoes for a lot of kilometers lastly, they remain pretty much unscratched completely. Although I have to say I'm a really careful user and don't really walk around my bike. The yellow accents on the Mavic shoe, on the Mavic logos, really fit nicely with the speed play cleat. Another thing I like to point out on the sole as well is that most shoes use these kind of markings to position their cleat, but most of them are really utterly useless. These actually make a lot of sense because, well, the zero position in 4.5 is basically, if you combine it with the speed play cleat, gives you a nice idea of where your cleat should be. So very useful, not just some arbitrary markings with actual center positions, so that's nice. Then if you go further into the shoe, then inside the carbon fiber outer shell comes this little Bootie that's made of a blend of materials. The front of it is all vented, all mesh, so really nice and airy. I haven't had any super hot days as of yet, but in those bit chillier rides, my feet felt, well, to be honest, a bit cooler than I would like. So that's just testament of how the venting works. It's ideal for summer. Then you have this little bit of a reinforcement underneath the dials. I think that's mainly to distribute the pressure from the dials. Then the bottom of the shoe, the heel and the toe are rubberized, or kind of a rubberized material, and you got a waterproof seam here, and it's all welded in a nice tiny package. Inside you find a traditional insole, which you use mostly to adjust to different fits, because these outer shells are available in 6 sizes, and each of them accommodates 2 foot sizes. This is a 41/42, which is my size, and you get different booties and insoles just to tune the fit a bit more. Then what you also get is a pair of waterproof outer sleeves for the shoes. These are specifically designed for this shoe. They also look quite aero, although I have no way of measuring that, but first and foremost they're waterproof. Now, because of the extraordinary construction, there is also an extraordinary price tag that comes with these shoes, and it's a whopping 1,000 euros for the pair, which might have someone thinking that are they really worth it, because, well, the most super high-end shoes are in the 300-400 euro mark, and those are pretty damn good. So is this 3 times as good? Well, I guess there's no simple answer to that. After riding them for 2 weeks, I can testify that these perform exactly as a super high-end race shoe should. They feel extremely supportive. That's the first thing you take away. Is even if your dials aren't dialed in too much, the shoe, well, stiffness is something you find in a lot of shoes, but here you get an extraordinary sense of support, not just in the pedaling direction, also side to side because of the shell, and paired with this nicely padded bootie, it means that even though you get all the support, you don't really get the kind of pinch points. Like, for example, on the S-Work shoes, those really feel sometimes a bit harsh, not ideal for long training rides. These, however, are just super comfortable slippers, but still have the level of support that you find on that shoe. For example, I'm referring to the S-Work shoes because I own 3 pairs of those in addition to this. So yeah, it really is a bit of a different feel to anything else out there. If that's worth 1,000 euros to you, it depends, but really it performs as it should. Comfort wise, at least for me, fit wise, and yeah, performance wise, it's really up there. But personally, I don't think that the value is there. The value is somewhere a bit beyond that, and I'll tell you why. Because of the one-piece construction, I think this shoe is going to last years and years and years. Whereas on other shoes that I have, basically you get, well, the upper material gets faded, gets yellow with washing, it deteriorates, UV, everything takes a toll on those materials, on those uppers. Also the carbon soles tend to break loose from the bonding, etc. Heel pads wear out, everything wears out. Of course, that can be the case on these, but it's replaceable, so no real issues there. The dials are replaceable. So I think potentially it's an investment that's going to last you longer than a shoe of a conventional construction. And then the other thing I'd like to point out is, of course, the inner booty. Why is this important? There is also a winter version available of this booty, and the good thing is that unlike a traditional overshoe where it's impossible to get a full nice and warm cozy waterproof feel because you have to put it around the cleat and around the sole which is vented, etc. Here you are putting it inside the exoskeleton, so it can be fully sealed, fully waterproof, and I think this is the only true race shoe slash winter shoe solution that's actually without compromise. So if you account to the price of this shoe, the high performance summer race shoe that you get, plus the potential winter race shoe that you get, or bad weather training shoe, plus that it's going to last an infinitely long time, almost, I would say. You've got two sizes in one for swollen feet, anything like that, and you discount all those useless expensive pair of overshoes for rain and winter that you might own. I think actually the value isn't all that bad. Yeah, so these are my experiences and thoughts about the beautiful Mavic Comete Ultimate shoes. If you'd like to know more about the kit and bikes that I run and use in my training and racing, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.